Scott-free morning show. Who got the flavor? Who got the flow? It's L.Scott, you already know. Bringing the heat wherever you go. Scott-free morning show. Turn it up, let the whole world know.
Speaking of T-Pain, before we move on, most underrated guy in the world. Why are we not putting T-Pain up there with the greats? And it's unfortunate. Matter of fact, I'm going a different direction. He proved something to me because every time he touched something, even today, you be like, man, that shit fucking fire. He'll take I think he took a LMA song or something shit a few years ago, made that shit fire. Like, this man, he ain't lost the beat at all. But I thought about some of that, and I thought about Tamar. I said this in the Tamar video I did yesterday, when I say Tamar just needs to go make some music and shut up and stop acting crazy. And then I was like, she'll never make no money. I mean, no music. She just live off love and war. Who the hell knew the hell would just put out some music? But, so I didn't know. So, whatever. But, did it go something go for all of these singers and rappers? Especially the ones that were hot one time. They just, you were hot today and in the morning, hey, what the hell happened? Boys to Men, what happened? Jodeci said, what? Well, let me take it back. We know what happened, Jodeci. Shit, well, when JoJo fell off the stage and burned himself. Anyway, let me start. They my North Carolinians just like me. I love them dudes. Favorite of one of the greatest of all time, Casey and JoJo. But we know why some fell off. The drugs, crime, all kinds of things make it. We get those situations. But I'm talking about the ones today they hot, you're bumping their joints. Where Joe? What happened to Joe? Did Joe just say, I don't want to do the music no more? I know he didn't. They pushed him out. They always have a really small window for you to make music in black culture. But everybody else would keep touring into their 80s and 90s and making hits if they wanted to. Now, don't get me wrong. I know black tours sell out. They do well. When they do well, you come across, that's about the only ones, the concerts that do well is them when they go on concert, the old bands. But mine is that if you can still bump their old music and they can still sing and it still sound good. Hold on, people. Hold on. And it still sound good, then why you can't make new music? It's like, why do you lose your touch? It don't make no sense to me. And it just or lose your touch, or even better, just don't make no music at all. I just don't get that. It makes no sense to me why people just stop doing music altogether, especially in today's era. Today's era is primed and ready for you to be the independent star. This isn't the old way. And I'm talking about for people got age on them. Like, I don't know if she can or can't, but if a Tamia can still sing, baby girl, go drop another I'm So Into You or something. Let's hear it. Especially the ones that ain't that old, like Brandy. Brandy, what you like, 46? Why Brandy ain't hot? Why Monica ain't hot? They ain't but 40-some years old. Women in their 40s look like they in their 20s now. They should be able to go out and bump some music and nobody can give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't know why we want to relegate all of our black artists down to 20, 21, 22 years old. When most of the time people ain't even fully developed until they hit 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So I don't know. I don't get it. It's like y'all just don't want to make music more. Like you say, but if T-Pain, you put out some music, I'm buying it, brother. I was a T-Pain fan. That man put out some hit after hit. Matter of fact, now let me stop because editing purposes, I might as well come find this shit again. But I was ready to bump you again, Mr. Payne. I love your shit. Anyway, excuse me. Anyways, what am I gonna do? Oh, here we go. Up next, guys, I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to cover something for my people, of my black American people. For all the people who just came for fun, this one may take a sharp turn into a serious conversation. But only for a minute, I promise you right after this, we'll get back onto some fun shit. But in this sharp turn, I want to put Ben Shapiro on the screen. Put him up here.
I think that on a sort of public policy level, reparative policies don't tend to be nearly as effective as people want them to be, historically speaking.
They work for Jewish people.
In what way?
Jewish people that receive reparations.
You mean Holocaust reparations, for example, from Germany? So I think that first of all, that there was like a gigantic fight actually in Israel over whether Holocaust survivors should accept reparations from Germany. I think that on a sort of public policy level, reparative policies don't tend to be nearly as effective as people want them to be, historically speaking.
They work for Jewish people.
In what way?
Jewish people that receive reparations.
You mean Holocaust reparations, for example, from Germany? So I think that.
So he didn't substantiate that claim. He just made a claim that, yeah, reparations ain't what really works. That's just not the way it works. That's one. With no evidence, just make a blanket statement. And then when Charlemagne challenges him on whether or not works for you guys because you guys receive it, you tried to minimize the fact that you guys got it. Oh, you know, they had an argument in Israel over whether or not we should accept it. Didn't your ass accept it, though? Don't play me like we stupid. You sit in front of my crowd. No, what you're saying is, and this is why I wanted to cover this. To my black people, stop allowing people to shame you because a debt is owed. Mr. Shapiro knows this debt is owed, but what he is also saying to you is I don't give a shit if your people get what it needs or don't needs. I only am here because this helps me and my platform. If I was not able to get any help from here, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you niggas that I'm sitting in front of right now, is what he is saying. You don't deserve anything because I don't want you to have anything. But my people can have it all day and it's fine. That is what Mr. Shapiro is telling Charlemagne the God. And see, to me, this is why I say to my own people, I don't care what other people say we should and shouldn't want, why we crying, why stop whining. I use an example, guy on this morning, I started the show late today because I'm up here arguing with this idiot. And this idiot, you people whining about reparations. And here, matter of fact, this is what he said, pretty much, in a nutshell. I should put it on the screen. If I could find it, I would have put it up there. But this dude, he's up there. Fine. I want to pay you guys reparations. And he then proceeds to tell me where the budget should come from, how it's going to be relocated, where it's going to be relocated to, where it needs to be spent. He done told me what we going to do and how it's going to work. And then after he give it to me in the way he wants to give it to me, when he gives it to me, I'm then now going to have to shut the fuck up and can't talk no more about any of this complaining stuff. And now I have to go to work. And I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I told him. So you can't talk to a bunch of people who family work for free so much that you make trillions and trillions of dollars off their back. And now that debt is still owed, that you get to say, nah, I don't want to pay nothing for it. And I want you still to go back to work. There ain't nothing but work coming out of us. Because right now, you don't get to be the 10th largest economy with no working involved. No, we work. You just don't want to compensate. We have a debt that's owed from the United States government that you don't want to pay, but you get money from the United States government for no apparent fucking reason because we did nothing to your people. So when my tax dollars go to yours, whether y'all arguing about it or not, let us argue about it. Send the money to our community and let us argue about which one of us says, you know, I don't want to spend this money that I have in my wallet now. Let us argue the same way y'all argue. How about that? I can't stand it. I say this to say this to my people. Moving forward, I'll be that movement is real. Meaning, when someone comes to you and they say to you, stop whining, stop complaining, stop bitching, stop moaning. You guys just need to put up yourself by your bootstrap because you're lazy. You look them dead in your eye and you say, I'll be that. But this debt still is owed. And I'm going to tell you this how we need to move. You guys are bums and lazy. I'll be that. Just don't put your hands on me. Just whatever you want to tell them at the end of that. But I'll be that. Because see, I think the power that they've had over us is the fact that we actually gave a damn about what they thought. And so moving forward, I think that it's only fair that I express to each and every one of these that come talking to me that I promise you, I really don't give a shit what you got to say. I'm going to tell you like I told the last one, and I'm going to tell you like I told the one before that. I'm going to tell you about the one I told before that. I appreciate your comment. Thank you for taking your sassy, insecure ass that can't stay out of black folks' business for your comment. But it's to deaf ears over here in to me. That's what I'm trying to say. It falls on deaf ears over here with me, is what I'm trying to say. I do not care. You can call my people lazy all you want to. I do not care because I know the truth. The same way you know the truth. The same way when I told him about that. Let me tell you, matter of fact, let me tell you what this bastard had the nerve. We came back and forth. We arguing back and forth. Oh, after this. So then this dude proceeds to tell me in the comment section. We got to talk about George Floyd. He said that basically we're basically a bunch of savages because in the George Floyd thing happened, black folks tore up billions of dollars black folks tore up for George Floyd. So is that peaceful people or some humane people? I forgot how the word he used. And he was like, and I was like, wow. So first and foremost, so we're gonna disregard all of the reports that they said there was out there, people out there getting provoked. There were other people out there from law enforcement, everything else, breaking windows and glass and everything else, provoking people, causing the destruction themselves. Some of all this is going on. And then too, for the ones that actually was doing it because a human being, whether flawed or not, was choked to death on camera. So people say he should get justice for that because the person who did it ain't even been picked up, ain't been talked to. Damn, they probably got an award for the work that he did. So this is what the protest was about. We'll burn this bitch down over one human being because fair is fair and unjust is unjust. Whether this person's a sinner or a saint, we protect our own. That's how you can look at George Floyd riots, as you call them. But my response to him was this. I'll eat that. Even with all of I just said to you now, I'll eat that $1 to $2 billion that they said the American people called, black American people called the United States government or the American people's tax dollars. I said to him, I'll take all of that $1 to $2 billion. I'll take all that on black people's chin. We take it all. If you can take this part. Do y'all know, family, that in this country, millions to billions of dollars of tax dollars is wasted because dumb people want to hang out in the street after their sports team has won some big tournament game or something else, and they want to tear up the city. It costs millions to billions of dollars annually to take care of this problem. So my response to him is that I'll hold that when your stupid people are out here causing more damage annually just over a basketball, football, baseball, hockey game. Now, which one seems to be more dumber than the other one? The human people saying the humans need to be protected no matter what they have done with their lives, because we don't know what that person's life was like before he became the person that he became. Or the people who are just so excited because someone threw a basketball through a hoop that you decided to flip over cars and bust out property on people's windows in their homes or their businesses. Needless to say, he never came back with a response. And the reason is because who can justify the behavior of their culture? You can't. But what they're so used to is that I'll just make sure that I control how you eat and feed your family because I own all the job. So that way I can say any slick ass comment to you and you better not say the truth back to me. Otherwise, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. And that's where they have us at. That's why to any person that comes to me and say that I'm hateful to anybody, I am not hateful. I just know there has never been a proven track record of any group of people who have ever came to support us no matter what we've done for them or not done for them. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. Mr. John Henry Clark said it best. The great ancestor, may he rest in peace. Black Americans, you have no friends. But I digress. Anyway, moving on. What we talking about? See, I told you people, look. See how I just turned that right from that back into that? I don't have to be heavy all the time, but sometimes you gotta get people thinking and percolating in their minds a little bit, That's how I look at it, Anyway, anything else I want to see up here that I want to talk about? Oh, well, do I want to talk about it? Do I got anything I really want to say about it? Let me think. Fuck it. Let's do it. Mr. Brian McKnight. We covered this story a couple days ago. We're going to cover Mr. Brian McKnight again. Mr. Brian McKnight, last time we covered him, we were talking about the situation he did. He did a podcast with Mr. Anton Daniels, and on that podcast, he was talking about how he met his wife, how they never really in love, but it was more religious pressure on how they got together, and that's why they don't really get along to this day, per se, right? So, and like I said in that video, hey, he's entitled to his opinion, how he viewed this relationship there with that woman. I can't say nothing. I honestly never even heard a rebut from her, so until I do with that, I can't even really judge him on what he said. I just take it at face value and move on. But now with that being said, I also said in that video, now when it comes to his kids, I know he has somewhat of a strained relationship. I don't know why it's like that or what's the scenario of it. And I just don't speak on people and their kids. Well, now I can, because now the kids are talking. So again, I like to tell people, Mr. Brian McKnight, I know you don't want people talking about your personal business, but you are a celebrity. So part of what you signed on for was for people to gossip and rumor about you. Same thing for myself. I may be a YouTubian struggle streamer, but people do watch me. And when they watch me, I am also making myself open for people to say shit about me as well. Okay? So this is not coming from a hypocritical space. It is what it is. Okay? So Mr. Brian McKnight, being in there, we know this. Let's go ahead and heal some rhetoric from your ex-wife and your children. So I want to talk about it, but let's
talk to him.
We've heard things of in the
one of the darkest and coldest and most disheartening memories of my life is the day my brother calls me sobbing with all that he's going through, looking death in the eye, to tell me I'm right about telling him not to call my father. Mm-hmm. Because I knew what was going to happen. Because I knew where my dad was. I told him, man, Dad is gone. Mm-hmm. Dad's gone. All my brother wanted and needed, asked for, was my father to tell him that he loves him. And my brother responds to him, my father responds to my brother that I can't arbitrarily say that I love you.
Right.
But this is the man that wanted to help him?
Yes, people heard the...
Woo! Hold on. This is only fitting, I think.
And hearing how belittling his father talked to him.
Hold on.
Talk to him. If the first comment out of his mouth was, I don't appreciate the way you're treating my new family, who gives a damn?
So that's first and foremost, let's go here.
Nigga.
Woo! That was crazy.
Looking death.
So what I wanted to say is actually to the end of that clip that I wanted to speak to. That was real, people. That was real. That wasn't acting. That wasn't people trying to rob a man for his money. That wasn't a cry for help. That was real. One thing, if I ain't done something, if I ain't want anything, one thing I can do, I feel people. I feel energy. And that energy, like the Diddy thing I talked about in the last segment, that Diddy situation, some of those people, I could feel their energy. Some was positive, some was negative, some was clout chasing, some was not. So I understand it, but I felt this family's energy here, man. And I also know this. These entertainers, not all, but far too many, are some of the most horrible, Diddy-fied type of people in this world. And I don't know if he is or isn't a horrible human being. But brother, I don't think that even if y'all were estranged, because most of the time in these situations, it's the wife's side, the woman's side, the man's side, and then the kid is the one that suffers regardless. So in that situation, regardless, and this is coming from a person who has lived similar situation himself, the child is never at fault. And so if a child reaches out to you and says to you, hey man, just need to know if you ever loved me. But first and foremost, I don't know how you didn't. See, I understand this thing. Brothers, let me speak to my brothers real quick about this situation. Brothers, I feel your pain with the child and the issues you go through when you have baby mamas, especially when you have them young and you're coming from impoverished neighborhoods and you don't know how to handle the situation. You don't know what to do. I understand when you don't have great relationships with them. I understand it. I understand it because I've been through it myself. It is because I didn't have the tools in my toolbox to do it the proper damn way with my first child. So I understand where people are coming from. I understand when you become adults, you just never figure it out. You don't know. Time goes on. Stuff gets harder and harder and harder. And just like most humans, we avoid. We decide to get away. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to handle it. It's just some shame involved. It's a whole lot of situations, a whole lot of emotion. It's a trick bag. To the ladies listening, when a man thinks of his child, majority of the time a black child, when a black man thinks of his child that he's estranged from, think of yourself when you are in the middle of your period or you're pregnant and all the bag of emotions you got, you don't know how to handle them, you don't know why you feel it or what's going on. Think of yourself right there. That's what he feels about that child. He don't know what the hell to do and how to go about it. All he knows is that this is just hard to deal with. So I understand men when it comes to this. But this shit, I don't understand. I will never understand a man who would do this, who would tell his child, I can't arbitrarily tell you that I ever loved you. So that just means you just told that boy without telling him, I don't give a damn about you. You just a product because I wanted a nut that night. Wow. Mr. McKnight, I would just say to you, I know that you done moved on and got this nice new family and you done adopted this new lady kids. They look like they all grown, like you adopted adults. I don't, but I know you done did all that and you done moved on and you don't give a damn what no one think. And definitely not that you two be in struggle streaming like myself. You don't give a shit. But I'm not telling you because you give a shit. I am telling you that, brother, you better know what you're doing. You better hope that that woman don't do it to you. Because I'm going to tell you, if you ever need a support system for yourself, I think you may have just shattered it for like 99.999% of the people out here. But I digress. Moving on. I want to talk to you guys about something real quick. So the next clip I'm going to show you, I'm going to leave him up for a second. Well, fuck it. Chris Paul is retiring. Chris Paul's retiring. Chris Paul is retiring. Chris Paul's retiring.
With this coming out about him.
And
one
I
of
want
the
to watch this
darkest and
clip.
coldest and most disheartening memories of my life is the day my brother called.
Chris Paul. Matter of fact, let's just move the shutter screen. That's why I keep trying to tell myself. Move the shutter screen. Chris Paul just I think it's ready to get cut or just got cut by, I think, the Clippers, and they sending him home. That's it. And what we're going to see is his fellow peers discussing him leaving and his history of behavior in the NBA. So let's get into that really quick. So let's do that.
People heard the voicemail, but they have
We've heard things in the past that Chris Paul has been difficult to play with. This coming out about him challenging people within coaching staff, players, and front office. It's not liked, but he's done it before. Speaking from experience, being on the team with him.
He always do that sneaky
When you don't mind being that guy, the guy that will tell it how it is, a lot of people don't be liking to hear it, especially when you're already at 5 and 16 or some like that, right?
Got there.
Want his back kicked in. Turn around to the front, I'll kick you in your chest. But it ain't about your feelings. Put your feelings in your mother pocket.
Don't hold me accountable if you can't do it no more.
I was
Okay.
No, I think he abuses his power.
What I'm saying is, if you was who you were when you were younger, and you was the all-NBA player, and you was the top 5 or top 1 point guard or whatever, that was your resume.
Yeah.
You 40 years old, this your last year, shut the up.
Exactly.
Sit down there, enjoy. Yeah, don't come in here and tell me Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to play that for you guys and then give you my little 2 cents. We'll move on. I'm with Gilbert on this one. Look, be like John Salley. I heard John Salley say one time, man, they were paying me $1 million a year at the end of my career to sit at the end of the bench. So people ask me, John, why don't you retire? Would you retire if they pay you $1 million to go pom-pom for some other guys that you ain't never really got to even play? No, you going to do it too. I'm going to do it until there's no more contracts. That's what I'm going to do. So I get that, but Chris is not understanding. Brother, it's like LeBron. And I'm going to talk about LeBron in a second. But it's Paul, Chris, you got to understand, man. Y'all got to stop, believing the hype that you special. No, humans are not special. Or you can look at this way, all humans are special. It's just certain humans tap into their specialness. I can't even talk. Some people tap into what makes them special. Some people don't. And see, Chris, you had a rare ability to put a piece of something of basketball into a hoop. And people were willing to pay you millions of dollars for it. But I'm going to tell you, that doesn't make you special. And the only reason why you got treated special while you did is because if you are making the money that you made, it someone was making 10 times, 30 times, 40 times, 50 times, 100 times more off of you than what they were giving you. Your contract was a crumb to your owner. And what your owner is telling you is that I will get rid of a crumb any moment I want to, especially if that crumb is agitating my food or my table or my house or whatever you want to call it, or my team. So, Mr. Paul, at 40, you cannot ruffle feathers anymore. You have to go sit at the end of the bench, like he said, and shut the hell up. Get your money, ride it out. At 5 or 16, if you want to rouse them up, but if you want to be vocal and support. Don't be in there being picky-fied. And from what I get, this has just been your behavior, from what I get. And why do I say that? I always seem to hear something. I always tell people, there's smoke, there's fire. I remember watching you and Rondo going at it. And I remember watching Rondo looking enraged, and you're walking away looking fine. Nobody gets enraged for nothing, okay? Believe me, when you saw it, I said, oh, Paul did something. Oh, he did something. And it just doesn't make sense to me for you to have this type of behavior. I don't know why you think you're special. And the reason why I brought up LeBron is because, unfortunately, matter of fact, let's go up to the next piece. I think it's up here. Let's see. Unfortunately, this guy right here. Let's
5, 4,
right
3, 2, 1. No!
So, for all the people saying, why did he just play that? This was last night's game where LeBron didn't score 10 points for the first time since 2007. And he had an opportunity to hit the last shot, but he passed it off, which would have gave him, I think, 10 or over 10 points. And so forget the guy that's losing his mind. I think he was betting. But I wanted to say this. When the man who put the league on his back for a decade scores under 10 points, your hourglass is getting close to its end. Those 40-some-year-old legs are getting close to its end. And I said this on a previous show, and I'm saying this to talk about Chris Paul, and I'm using LeBron as an example. Even the great LeBron James, if he was to step out of pocket right now with that Laker team, they gonna move him. Because them old legs we'll use the old Janet Jackson phrase. I think it's only fitting. Whatever you done for me lately, because if you can't do it for me now, I don't give a damn what you did 5-10 years ago. Have we not learned from the Shaq Kobe situation? Have we not learned from the Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen situation? We just watch how people from time to time. Have we not learned how when Allen Iverson went from being that dude to 30 days later, they said, we don't want you anymore. He can't play no more. They pushed those brothers out when they ready for them to go, and most of them could still go. You can't tell me Melo wasn't still primed and ready to play. I need him out of there. Joe Johnson proved that with the big three. He proved when he went over there dominating that motherfucker and that, I can still ball out here. I ball out on all y'all other people. But you see, they pretty much push out. But I think, people need to understand the NBA. Let me tell you people, the NBA does not have the best players in the world. They have really great players, because there's a lot of them, that they can control. That's what these players are. These are the easily controllable players and the easily marketable players that they can find. And I think right now, people don't realize it. and I would tell it to brothers. I would tell all you brothers, somebody better come out with some game that's ready to revolutionize the game. You need to be, they need a new Steph. They need a new Jordan, new LeBron. And if it ain't Anthony Edwards, Anthony Edwards probably the only one I can see exciting-wise that can do it. But he's been in the league too long right now. He should have elevated, like, I look at him like I look at Dwayne Wade. D Wade, first year, you gave him a break. You could see it. He was good. When he was playing with Oldham and them, you said, you could see it. So, oh, he's pretty good. And I knew it from when he was back in college. But I was like, I knew he was good. But I said, oh, yeah, Wade's going to be good. And I think Miami saw it. And so, but then the next year, and then the third year, boom, breakout. Dwayne Wade is that dude. Anthony Edwards needs that moment. Otherwise, he's just going to be really good, and then he's going to fade away. But I'm telling you, I'm going to put out the back call to Black American ballers, to the dads and the mamas who got sons coming up, the 17, 18, 19, 20, that's looking to end in this league, and they really got enough good talent to get there. You need to understand, we need a superstar. Why do we need a Black American superstar at this moment? Because if we don't get one, very, very soon, it's going to be the international show and the white show. Because this Luka, now you got this Austin Reeves, and now you got the Joker. It's getting whiter. And see, all it is, and see, people are saying, man, these dudes are just exceptional. They're not exceptional. I'm going to tell you, this is how I know the league doesn't have the best players anymore. This is how I know. And I hate to say this is going to sound bad, but it is because Luka and them are balling out. One thing I know about black folks, in my era coming up and before, one thing I'm going to tell you to be true, this is going to sound very bad, so white people close your ears. But if a white guy stepped on the court in any neighborhood that had black folks in it that balled out, if you had to stick the white boy, he better not ball out today, so you gave him everything you got to make sure you shut him down. That's my era and before. I'm watching way too many white guys that go out here and ball. Why is this happening? Because we ain't getting the best players no more in that league. But what did I expect? They love to get declared the players from the hood because the hood has a lot of black males in there that are very athletic. But at least in the 80s and the 90s when they had trash diets, it was still food that was trash diets. But today, they're eating paper Cheetos and paper Doritos for the diet. So their brains are shrinking. And what do I expect them to be? Why do I expect them to be stars when they live this way? They'll be good and adequate, but the greatness is being snuffed out through their diet and their education. But anyway, so I just want to say that to Chris Paul, brother, go sit your ass down at the end of that bench. Shut up if you can get on another team, but you may have just alienated yourself right up out the league. Now, being that, this will let you know whether these players, and let me go back to that screen. Let me go back to the screen. Hold on a second. What happened next with Chris Paul? Where did it go? God damn it, where did it go? I was right on the thing. Oh, right up. No, that's not it. Where's the damn thing? Where's that? I don't know. Anyway, when you go back to Chris Paul, let's take it off the screen altogether. So when you go back to Chris Paul's situation, if you want to know if these brothers' assessment of Chris Paul is real, or are they conflating the truth and they're just haters, I'm going to tell you how you know. If Chris Paul gets asked to commentate, or you see him sitting next to Shaq, Kenny, and what's his name, and Charles, then just know he is everything that those brothers say he is, because they love one of those types of Negroes. The reason why I know it is because bad black people get elevated. Why? Because they produce more bad black people. Because that's the Diddy taught me. That's what the whole Diddy story taught me too. I ain't gonna say taught me, but that just validated what I already knew. That bad black people spawn more bad black people. And which, to be honest with you, let me tell you this too about the thing that I left out earlier. It's probably gonna get lost in the shuffle, but I'll say it. No one said it in the doc, but this is my personal conjecture. Andre Harrell groomed that young man, as they like to say. And I won't say maybe that's a harsh word. Maybe that's too far. But I will tell you this, because Diddy was very ambitious. So I won't say groomed. Diddy may have did these things just because he was ambitious. But them two brothers was not protege and you get what I'm saying. No, it was none of that. There was not, oh, I'm training him to be what I do. No, that was none of that. That went deeper. And the reason why I know it is because another part of the saying, when they said that basically Diddy structured his contracts off the backs of what he learned from Andre Harrell, but even better, meaning the 2.0 version just knocked it out the box better than the original version. And now I'm going to tell you like this, you tell that to an intimate partner. You don't tell that to your protege. Because your protege, if it's just that, you don't want him to look at you in any form of fashion. You want him to look at you as being the guy who did it the right way. But I'm just, that's my personal, I think that they did some things together. And I think that's how we got to where we're going. Besides, no, I will tell you that too. When it comes down to it, more than all the things that y'all say about this whole Diddy documentary, the thing that bothers me the most is the fact of you robbed so many black people. I mean, it's just ridiculous how much you rob black people. And my thing is, I'm going to say it. Y'all think it's just him. It's not just him. Remember, he did it. Everybody else doing it, but they doing it to the max. So it ain't just him. This is just how business goes. And to be honest with you, that's how all business goes. Which is unfortunate. But either way, I digress. We're going to go to the next video, come back, maybe we're going to do something else, we may go on, but we'll see. Be right back, guys. Whoa. I know you won't go just leave without hitting the like button. What about the subscribe button? Did you hit the follow button? Hit all three and let your boy know that you like the content I'm putting out. And if you haven't done it already, do it now. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's the Scott-Free Morning Show. Who got the flavor? Who got the flow?
Whoa. I know you won't go just leave without hitting the like button. What about the subscribe button? Did you hit the follow button? Hit all three and let your boy know that you like the content I'm putting out. And if you haven't done it already, do it now. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's the Scott-Free Morning Show. Who got the flavor? Who got the flow?